Welcome to Hene Pilates. I'm Jackie and this is your beginner Pilates sculpt class. I'll be going over the basics you need for Pilates while still getting that full body workout. Let's get started. All right, we're gonna start on our backs and go into our classic Joseph Pilates 100. So Joseph Pilates is the creator of Pilates, hence his last name. Good, you're gonna bend your legs, knees in towards your chest, curling up the head and shoulders away from the mat, extend the arms nice and long by the hips, and extend the legs out to a 45-degree angle. You also have the option to have your legs bent into a tabletop. We're gonna start pumping the arms really fast here, and we're gonna take an inhale in for 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale out for 2, 3, 4, 5. Good, breathe in, hands out. Again, breathing in, hand out, breathe in, hand out, shoulders away from the mat, belly button down, breathe in, shoulders away from the ears, hands out, last inhale in, exhale everything out. Bend it in, roll down the head and shoulders. Now we have that blood flowing through the body. Planting the feet on the mat, hip width distance apart. You want to make sure you can just tickle the heels, the backs of your heels there, finding that correct distance. Again, parallel, hip width distance apart with the feet. Going into a bridge series, activating our glutes and hamstrings here. Tuck the pelvis first, an inch or two off the mat. Tuck. Hold and freeze. Nice. Now keeping that tucking sensation of the pelvis, you're gonna peel the spine off the mat till you get to the top of your bridge here. Stop and freeze. We're gonna check into our alignment. Hips are leveled. Rib cage and close. You're still tucking that pelvis, activating the glutes, and now activating the hamstrings. Nice. So maybe you might have to take your hips down an inch or two lower to really getting that tuck sensation and then closing the rib cage, not expanding it open. Nice, and now we're here finding that perfect peak of your bridge. We're gonna articulate through the spine, lowering the hips back down. Good, you wanna articulate through every little vertebrae, implant it down onto the mat. Again, a little faster. Tuck the pelvis, then peel the spine up, and then implant it all the way back down. Good, good, good. Again, tuck and lift. As we're lifting and lowering the hips, checking in, making sure your knees are staying parallel, tracking over the toes. So you also have a slight activation of the inner thighs. Beautiful, keeping this bridge roll up, articulating up and down. You may go as slow as you want. I love articulating, going up nice and slow, and then all the way back down. I like to think of it as a little mini massage. You really should be feeling it in the glutes. Don't forget to keep thinking about that tucking sensation of the hips. And don't forget to breathe. Give me 2 more. Last one, meet me at the top. Hold and freeze it here. Again, check in, hips are leveled, everything is parallel. We're gonna do little pulses here. Pulse up and up and up. Tuck that pelvis. Breathe and close that rib cage. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold up at the peak and then articulate all the way back down again. Bend in the knees. Hug it in. Nice, keeping the feet planted back where they were. We're gonna inhale, lift the arms up towards the sky. We're gonna go up to a roll up, so sitting up. Inhale, exhale, nod the head, curl the shoulders off the mat and sit up. Whew. And then we're gonna roll back down through the spine, articulating. Again, inhale, use that breath, exhale. Good, as we roll down, you're gonna tuck from the pelvis first and then go through every little vertebrae. Nice and slow and controlled. Again, inhale, exhale. If you need a little modification, you always have the option to have your hands behind your thighs there. Still using that breath, so important. Exhaling as you roll up. Beautiful work, 2 more. As you get stronger, try to eliminate the rocking and like jarring sensation. Try to make it nice and smooth as you roll up. I know, easier said than done. Meet me at the top. And we're gonna roll back down to our C curve here, holding it halfway, a C curve, tucking that pelvis, drawing that belly button in. Roll the shoulders back and down. Good, reaching long through the fingertips, and we're just gonna hold it here in our C curve, halfway. Hold it here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Draw that belly button in for 4, 3, 2, 1, articulate, keep tucking the pelvis and then roll through every little vertebrae down. Lifting the right leg up to tabletop and the left leg up to tabletop. Tabletop, 90-degree angle. Knees stacked on top of the hips. So a big tendency, your knees want to draw in towards your chest. That makes it easier. We want to go to a straight tabletop, vertical, horizontal. There we go, keeping the legs activated. I always like to wear a hair clip, but it always gets in the way. Okay, so you have your hands planted down by the hips. Checking in, we're gonna close that rib cage, draw the belly button down. We have a natural curve on our lower spine there. So I want you to imagine there's a little blueberry, a pea on the lower spine, and you don't want to squish it against the mat as we go into toe taps. So toe tap the right leg down, toe tap, and then lift it back up. Left leg toe tap down. As we're toe tapping, we are hinging from the hips, not bending from the knee, a very big tendency here. Good, so the leg is staying that 90-degree angle as we're just lowering and toe tapping that leg down. This is a sneaky one. It really activates and fires up the lower abdominals. Are we breathing? Belly button drawn in, but we're not squishing that blueberry pea. What one do you have, a blueberry or pea? I feel like a blueberry for me today. Sometimes I like to use the analogy of a pea. Blueberry, feeling blueberry. Good, alternating toe taps. Keep the rib cage enclosed. Keep breathing, checking in. You're not bending from the knee, hinging from the hip. Nice, 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 5, beautiful, 4 more, in 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Good, bending the legs, give yourself a nice hug. Keeping the knees close in towards your chest, curling up the head and shoulders, single leg stretch. Extending one leg, other leg bent, grabbing on top of the shins, elbows out nice and wide. Again, tuck that chin, curl up the head and shoulders. And then switch. And then switch. Yes, really extending that leg nice and long, all the way through the toes. Good, keep that belly button drawn in. You're also getting a nice stretch here while working the abdominals. Also use that arm strength to curl up the head and shoulders a little higher. Gorgeous, 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 5, good for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend it in, lower the head and shoulders down, plant the arms down by the hips, double leg stretch, bend the knees in towards the chest, and then extend it out 45 degrees. Again, bend it in, and then extend. as we talked about keeping that neutral pelvis and keeping that P, now I've changed to a P, of that blueberry underneath the lower spine. You want to keep that imaginary blueberry or P there. Good. So as you bend in the knees towards the chest, do not tuck the pelvis. Go nice and slow, maybe check in. You're like, okay, knees in towards the chest. Am I tucking? No, I'm lengthening. Good, extend back out. Breathe. Again, you're extending the legs nice and long to your 45-degree angle. Doesn't matter. If you want it more challenging, lower the legs down further towards the mat. If you need a little modification, you can go up towards the sky. 8 more. 4, 8, 7, 6. Good. 4 more. 4. Lengthen, extend the legs. 3. Good. 2. And 1. Now extend the legs straight up towards the sky. Extending, pointing. You're gonna have you keep the hands down by the hips. Double straight leg. We're gonna lower the legs as far as you can go, keeping them glued, zipped together. Imagine as if you tied something around your ankles. Lower them down without losing engagement of your abdominals, keeping that neutral pelvis, belly button drawn in, and then lift the legs back up. Good. Lower the legs down. Engage the abdominals to lift the legs back up. Again, if you want it more challenging, lower the legs further down towards the mat. Good. Thinking of extending the legs, energy out through the toes. Promise you it will help. It will lengthen out of the hips. Give me 2 more. This is a difficult one. Last one. And then bend it in, hug it in. Rolling over onto our side. Go into a little side series, activating our glutes. Okay, you can prop your head up in your hand, or you can lower all the way down as you like. Bottom leg is bent, top leg is extended, foot is flexed. No matter where your head is here, you want to check in that your hips are stacked on top of each other and you're lifting up out of your waist. Good, so you want to make sure that spine is straight. If you sink, you're going to have a curve and a dip in the spine. So lift and activate it. Nice, and then that leg is extended. This is our working leg. We're just going to lift and lower, up and down, keeping the leg parallel, so toes driving down, heel driving up towards the sky. That leg does not have to go high, especially because we're keeping it parallel. It cannot go high. And then as you peak up to the highest point, again checking in that you're not sinking in your waist. Good, that spine is straight. Good, we have 8, 7, holding that leg up against gravity. Good, for 5, for 4, drop those toes, flex that foot. 2, and 1, bend and extend. Bend, driving the knee towards the chest, and then kick it, extend back out. Bend it in and then out. So as we talked about, as we're working our abdominals, to keep that neutral spine, do not tuck the pelvis to lift that knee up towards the chest. Keep it nice and long. So I like to think of energy out through my tailbone. Good, really flex and kick it out with intention here. 4 more, really feeling in my glutes for 4. For 3, good, for 2, and 1, hold it out. Last little exercise in our side series, big circle around. Circle leg forward, back and around. I want it the size of a basketball or maybe a little bigger, but aim for a basketball first. Again, keeping the hips stacked, waist lifted, just isolating that leg, keeping the body still. Oh yeah, there we go. 2 more circles this direction. And then let's reverse the circle. You know we have to reverse it. Really flex through that foot. Still thinking about the toes driving down. Keep that upper body still. 2 more circles for 2 and 1. Bend it in. Hello, glutes on fire. Coming up into our tricep dips. Feet planted. Fingers facing in towards you. They are parallel. Hip width distance apart. Lifting up the hips. Then we're going to bend the elbows, keeping them parallel, 90-degree angle, and then extend them back up. The only reason why your hips lower down is because your arms are bending. So I don't want you to think about lowering the hips down and up. They are just staying. All the work is in the upper body, those triceps. Breathe. If you need a modification, you can lower the hips down and just think about bending the arms here in a 90-degree angle. 4 more for 4, 3, nice, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down if they are lifted, shake it out. Other side, side series. Set up, bottom leg is bent. Top leg is straight, hips stacked, waist is lifted. We lift and lower that top leg without sinking in that body, checking into the alignment of that straight spine. Really flex through that foot, drive that heel up, keeping it parallel. Leg does not go high at all. Are you also lengthening through the leg, through the thigh and knee? Nice strong leg to lift. 8 more for 8, 7, 6, 5. Good, friendly reminder, lift that waist. That was for me. 2 more. Bend and extend. Bend that knee, neutral pelvis, stick it out, and then kick it, extend it. Good. Leg is staying parallel. Nice and slow, keep that body still. Hinging in that hip socket. Again, I like to think about that tailbone sticking out, energy out. 4 more for 4. Good for 3. Nice for 2. We have circles. Let's go. Circle it forward and around, size of a basketball. Who likes basketball here? Actually, recently just went to a basketball game. I love a live basketball game. It's fast, moving. Keeps me amused. 4 more for 4. 3. Woo, 2, 1. Reverse the circle. Let's go. Believe. Keeping that upper body still. Isolate that leg. 4 more circles. Stretch that leg. Flex that foot for 2 and 1. Bend it in, punch it out. Okay, I love to finish off the class with a plank, so that is exactly what we're going to do. Let's just stretch it out to a child's pose first. Toes touching, knees apart, reaching long, stretching out that spine. Ooh, this should feel nice. Okay, transferring forward now to all fours. Parallel those legs and knees so they're hip width distance apart. I'm just going to move forward on my mat. Shoulders stacked on top of the wrists. Good, you're going to tuck under the toes. And you're going to extend that right leg nice and long, reaching long, and then extend the left leg out nice and long. And here we are in our plank line. Let's check in. Alignment, shoulders stacked on top of the hips, belly button drawn in, rib cage enclosed, And you want to think of the energy going out through the palms, pushing away. So not sinking in the shoulders, but as you push away, no curve. And then you want to open up the shoulders, so nice and wide. Beautiful. Your hips should be in line with that body. Checking that they're not sinking and they're not above here. Activating that core that we worked. Beautiful. You're going to bend the right leg back in and then bend the left leg back in. Reaching out now with the left leg nice and long. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Then place it down on the mat. And then right leg, hold and freeze the plank here for a slow 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend in the left and then bend in the right. One more time each side. Extend the right leg out. Extend the left leg. Hold the plank here for a slow 4, 3, yes, 2. Always check into that alignment. And 1. Bend in the right. Bend in the left. Quick breather. All right, extend out that left. Extend out left. Extend out right. Hold and freeze it here for a slow 4, Mississippi. 3, Mississippi. Yes, 2. And 1. Bend in the left. Bend in the right. Push back, child's pose. Open up the knees. Nice work. Extend and lengthen that spine nice and long. Good. We're going to walk the hands over towards your right side. Place the left hand on top of the right palm and get a stretch on the left side of the body. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale everything out. Good. Walk the hands over towards the left side. Place the right hand on top of the left. Stretching the right side of the body. Relax down here. Take a deep inhale in. Exhale everything out. And then back in the center. And roll up when you are ready. Thank you, everybody. I'm Jackie. This is Hene Pilates, and that was your beginner Pilates class, going over the basics, talking it down, breaking it down, and going nice and slow. Keep coming back, keep getting stronger, and thank you, and hopefully see you very soon.